Glorious day to you, my friends. Kotorota hana etata, ishkana hiriara. Welcome to day number 9 of Flow Home, this first light oasis wellspring, harmonizing Om everywhere. Sahi katata hana etoro uroto katata. Where for 27 days we're going to be chanting Om and not seeing what Om reveals to us, what our inner being reveals, what this first light reveals. We set the ask now, but we have zero expectations. By not putting any expectations on it and letting it go is where the true wisdom has a possibility of revealing itself. After today, we're 1/3 done. So I invite you to relax. Whether you lie down, whether you sit, or whether you sit in seated meditation, it does not matter. Comfort and ease are the things that matter. As we close our eyes and focus our awareness on our breath, listening to the sound of our breath as we breathe in, and listening to the sound of our breath as we breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling how it feels when we breathe in. And feeling how it feels as we breathe out. And a breath in to chant. Oh. Om. When you are ready, slowly bring awareness back to the here and now. Maybe invite some gentle movements. There's the first light. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Katura arwa hasana eke ararira. Nara arhana ekuhotara asasira. Shayaka otar takanaira tahaya. Congratulations, my friends. We have just completed day number 9 of Flow Home, this first light oasis wellspring, harmonizing Om everywhere. I realized this morning that we haven't done that this series. The congratulations after coming out of meditation. As we absorb this first light, the sunrise on July 20th, Saturday morning. I encourage you to journal Miorota atara harasana era ratakaratara sana. No matter what came up, whether you write it down with pen and paper, send yourself a text message, email, voice message, video message, does not matter. Whether it was what came up, or your current feelings right now, or current observations right now. They were talking a lot today. They were talking so much while oming and while counting on the mala of joy. I so innately counted the rudraksha, the seeds, the beads. I lost track of an entire chakra while using the mala of joy, because I was simply observing their conversation. They first started talking when I got here, only because I noticed how calm this lake is today. There are very, very subtle waves. And then that's what they continue to talk about. The subtlety of it. There's still a lot of energy in this lake. On the Sanskrit Channel, in the description, there's a link to hOMe, where he talks about hOMe and how breaking up hOMe into its three sound components, the ah, the oo, and that's the progression, the reaching up from the gross to the subtle. This is day number 9. 9 represents endings and beginnings. We've ended 1/3 of our cycle, and we commenced the journey of the second third of the cycle. And in a mala, or the mala of joy, 27, the length of this series, let's see, before I misspeak, 20, 40, 60, no, it's 1/4 of the way. 36 is 1/3 of a mala. I was going to say it's 1/3. So we're just doing 1/4 of a mala. Not that it matters what percentage. From the gross, this physicality, through the subtleness of the heart, into the ultimate subtlety of this first light, the ultimate subtlety of hOMe. And when we first realize that we're either empathic or that we're getting messages from spirit, is the simple way to say it. Or just like in meditation, when a thought comes in, how do we know whether it's our thought an egoic thought, or if it's a thought from spirit, an observation. There are many, many, many different types of meditation. And there's a seagull coming straight in. Nirota aratahana akasasiyarata. There are many types of meditation. One where we're trying to observe things. In Tibetan Buddhism, Dzogchen represents the different types of meditation, the 3 different types of meditation that they teach, 3 different meditations in their lineage. In meditation, when a stray thought comes in, if we're focusing on chanting and breathing, then any stray thought besides the breath and chanting is a stray thought. And simply returning awareness back to the mantra, the tool of the mind, and the breath, do we get back to being focused? And that stray thought simply goes away on its own. That's because it's a gross thought. It's one of our thoughts. When we start listening to spirit, or in our humanness, another person. When Patanjali talks about in Yoga Sutra 1.4, 1.1 is now begins the discipline of yoga, the practice of yoga, the mindset of yoga. 2, yoga is the stilling of the ways of the mind. The calming, like this lake right now. 1.3 is then the seer, drashtu, that's you and me, rests in their true nature when we still the ways of our mind. These gross thoughts that come in. When we still those, we're resting in our true nature. But what happens when we don't? Patanjali explains it in the next sutra, 1.4. Then the observer takes on those thoughts. We become those thoughts that we're paying attention to, that we're giving energy to. We become those thoughts. It's the same thing that happens when we're triggered in a conversation. When it gets to be a heated debate. We're allowing their words to become our words. We're allowing their energy to influence our energy. It's the same thing in meditation. If an egoic thought comes in, and then we claim it's ours, that it came from spirit, we become those thoughts. And then our need to proclaim that. Spirit said this, and spirit said that. And the need to proclaim it is this gross thought. It is not this first light. It is not the vibration of hOMe. This is day number 9. And in tarot, in the traditional Rider-Waite set, it's the Hermit card. And in other cards, in other decks, this card is called the Sage, the Seeker of truth and justice. Drashtu, the seer, can also be the seeker. That's all a priest is. The word priest stems from truth seeker. That's it. It's as simple as that. And on the deck, on the card of the Hermit, the traditional Rider-Waite, we have an old man with a staff in a cloak holding a lantern. And in that lantern, the light is a hexagram, a shatkona, six-pointed star. This hermit is seeking things with his inner light, his first light. He's seeing things and looking for things with his third eye and his inner light. He's observing. He's not participating. He's observing. When I say that when those stray thoughts come in, our focus is the chant and the breath. And when we don't give those stray thoughts energy, the chant and the breath are still working. When we start to give that dense energy attention, it takes away attention from the chanting and the breathing. When I lost an entire chakra, the chanting continued, the breathing continued flawlessly. We can tell when a gross thought, a dense thought came in. I was yawning, hiccuping. I missed the breath. The subtlety, the subtleness of the message. We can utilize this when we're talking with other people, when we're interacting with other people. The feeling that we have this need to respond, the feeling that we have that we're being triggered, that they're highlighting imprinted energy in our field, that it's emotional distress. I don't want to feel this way, so I want to lash out to make it stop. That's us giving energy to their energy. Instead, maybe can we observe, or actually listen to what they're having to say, instead of giving it energy and giving our wounds energy. Because when they're talking, it's about them. When we get hurt, we're making it about us. But it's the same thing with messages from Spirit. As we listen, when we don't give the energy of Spirit, or the imagery, when we don't give it energy, and the energy that is used to project this image, when it comes from a pure source, there's this unlimited amount of energy. When we let go and become calm with our energy, we aren't giving any energy to the projection. And hOMe and the first light are the projector. Maybe that's the title. hOMe and the first light are the real projector. Instead of us projecting our feelings onto somebody else, projecting our thoughts onto somebody else, projecting our thoughts and feelings onto what somebody else is saying, Spirit's projector is hOMe and the first light. Niarata asakahana oro okahayata. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. Titara arhana aska uhutora arna akatitiria tahana asaheta. And shine on, niarata akahana esarehatatita. Shine on from your inner being, with your inner being, as your inner being. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Satata karhana iroto, kushanatu karati isaha, shayeku uro rara arakahira, katara arahana asa akahirata, haritu kuroto ura arahana aska aya, shitoro urana akadira ateti, kuro uro ana asira, so ukaha sha'ana, hasa ikiarara takira, naraka hana asa e.